going to tell you a story about two friends, friend one and friend two. I'm calling them friend one and friend two. There's no boys, no girls. If I say that mistakenly during this, it is a mistake. They are not boy, not girl, no sexes. Friend two calls friend one and says, I'm going to have a baby. And friend one says, oh my goodness, well, so am I. And the two of them are so excited because here they are, best friends, and they're both going to have babies at around the same time. And then one day friend one gets a call from friend two saying, I'm in the hospital having a baby. And friend one is like, oh my gosh, no way, because I'm in the hospital too. So they're both in the hospital. Their families are waiting for them to give birth. And friend two is the first one to give birth. And out pops the baby. And here's the baby. And this baby right here has a bunch of eyes. Yeah, let's make a bunch of eyes. These are wings, not ears. They're wings. I just don't draw very well. And lots of interesting tentacles. Okay, here we go. Here's some tentacles. And the doctor says, congratulations, you just gave birth to a squiddy girl. Okay, if I had color, we could make squiddy girl all nice and pretty and pink or something like that. Nice little squiddy girl. And friend one is like, oh my goodness, no way, because I just gave birth to a squiddy boy. And the two of them are so excited because friend two has got that lovely little squiddy girl. Friend one has got a lovely squiddy boy. And the whole family is ecstatic. They're like, oh my goodness, look at the lovely squiddies. So they bring home their little squiddies. Okay? And they get to go home pretty much quick because the little squiddies are actually pretty small. Here we go. I'm going to draw them again. They bring home the lovely little squiddies. And here's the little eyeballs. Yep. Here we go. And they bring home the squiddy. And they have a little flight cage, like in, big atrium the family built for their kitties. And so they have this little atrium, and each one throws their squiddy into their atrium at home, and they'll change the newspaper out for the squiddy. The squiddy starts flying around inside the cage, and they'll sit there and eat TV, and they'll throw some popcorn in for the squiddy to eat and things like that. And over the next year or two, the squiddy gets bigger, maybe about the size of maybe, I don't know, about, you put your hands together and make a little circle, maybe they get about that size. So obviously they got to get bigger cages for them, or just start with the big one to begin with. And then one day friend two, she calls friend one. So here we are, we're dealing with two humans here, and she says, guess what, to friend one. And friend one says, what? And she's like, I think my squiddy is ready. And friend one is like, no way, no way. So friend one brings its squiddy over to friend two, and friend one throws its squiddy into the cage of friend two's squiddy, and the squiddies fly around kind of like a bald eagle mating in flight. And then a few weeks go by, a few more weeks go by, maybe some matter of months go by, and friend two calls friend one and says, you wouldn't believe what happened this morning. And friend one says, what? Friend two says, I was sitting there eating breakfast, and all of a sudden I heard a baby crying. And friend one is like, what? You heard a baby crying? Are you kidding me? We just had a grandchild? And friend two is like, yes. And so friend one rushes over to friend two's, and they look, and lo and behold, there at the bottom of the squiddy cage is a beautiful baby with 10 fingers and 10 toes. And they're really happy, and they take the baby out, and they raise the baby, and send it to school and all that. They got to take care of the baby, you see, because a squiddy is ends up about, yay big. Then they fly around in a cage. They're not really capable of taking care of a baby, and these two friends are. So they take care of their grandchild, and then their grandchild someday will give birth to a squiddy themselves. So what is this? Imagine, here's, if you had a friend and you were both friends, and imagine if this happened to you, where you would give birth to a squiddy, okay, and then your grandchild turned out to be human looking like you with 10 fingers and 10 toes. So what's happening here? What's happening here is what's called an alternation of generations. And you and your friend made spores inside your body, okay? And those spores grew into the squiddies that you gave birth to. Squiddies made eggs and sperm. They got to mate like bald eagles in the air, and those combined together to make the next generation, which was these two people's grandchild. This is what's called the alternation of generations. You start out as diploid. We all know humans are diploid, okay? Normally we'd go to diploid again and have a baby that looks just like us. Well, not in the case of plants. In the case of plants, they make haploid spores, okay? One generation, which is called the sporophyte generation. Sporophyte because they make spores. And then the next generation is what is called the gametophyte. And the gametophyte generation is haploid. And they make, via mitosis, sperm and eggs, because the sperm and eggs are haploid. And they combine together and make the diploid sporophyte. Much more exciting than what we do as humans. We are pretty boring because we go diploid to diploid.